Can na hawer a fléimi le Réamonn Rivré for caint oir Curtushin and Orange done a jiggery or hickly to on Changi or 1-2 cut and Gracema or Nieslu Fulla. There's no a Wallard speaking to Niesmo Grace or on Niesmo Fulla. So Marshin see her more a reach janta ag Réamonn agus nish tijigola lorch
Fadó, fi gia cuachtach on darabaniam Odin. A fi anfrodwyl gyjo as an riecht hefer a fi ega, Asgard. Jerry sé buartha afach, fwy na fahi ufasacha a fiu a goni a geri chachtastja hegan charman de chidj yeha asir. Hakri Odin, gurwai an rud bala mór cosanta a hógail hart Asgard. Lena gynnil amach. Dógar sé an plan úl bhíonach seo. Bhew costas hógail an wala. Mar sin, Hakri Odin agus a chó dhéthe, dinne de na fahi a ail leis an wala a hógail. Agus rinn siad na cinnílach a chó dían sin nach méu orthú íoc as tógail an wala chararbí. An ró jeru mai hógail wala Asgard is cinse nach ró. Is féidir le gach duine na cosúlachtaí scariacha a ecail idir an scéal mitis seo agus an gheamaracht grána a bhíon ar siúil sa leat aniu an. Níor críocníú bála Asgard riú, agus rinneú scris Asgard agus an bhála nar críocníú le Linn Ragnarok an cogu a chorthú jeru le gach cogu. Myths are indeed meaning-making stories. Ciel isha a tafuin drumchlar, a glyfail a chimbalachas. Symbalachas a hain har an loic agus istia Jirach higan agnia ó cho isach. Skahan don ego atá sa vitasoliacht. Ní ga ach arc ghini óga sa látha aniuon, agus daoine nachhfuil cohóg sin, ag glacu féin ficina na guhain chliiste, le tú a chur ag smaointú go bhfuil Narcissus bocht Linn san éanú hís is fi. Is fiú cibhnú fásta gur tragóid a bhí is scéal Narcissus, fuair sé bás bathú ina scail héan. Agus tá go leor de phobal an lé inniu I mhuiil a máte I bharagaí na technoliaachta nua aimsera. Mé héan san éirú, mé a chulpa, mé a maxima culpa. Tagan scéaltaí mitis ón áit chéana as a dagan ar mringlóidí. Bringlóidí ar sinseir thar na céadta de bhliaintaí as cruúsaithe le chéile ag lucht éigse agus ag lucht seanachais. Tagan si díreach ó hawlaíocht ar sean agus is táhachtaí iad ar go leor dóanna mar sin na firicúlacht na stara. Now, I really don't want anybody watching on Facebook or here trying this at home. But it is believed now that many of these stories were composed after our myth scribes consumed magic mushrooms. And they arrived back having enhanced the trance with such hallucinogenic yet meaningful stories. Tá dríocht hever arsinsear le fáil is scéaltaí na ruairíochta, na fianaíochta, na ngabhalacha, agus is scéaltaí na ríthe agus na néithe. Iné héan a chorú an rí dearannach tuaithe in éireann Patsy Dan Rogers, rí Harry Ganyani Gia Trocra air. Canglian na scéaltaí seo sin leis an talú, leis na helementí, tine, cré, isce, air, agus antáhairteach go deo, étar, nó an spás sin nach bhfuil fallú. Is siad na helementí seo a dhéanann gach rud. Agus má dhéanann siad gach rud, is as na helementí seo atá ar gcuid smaointí deanta. Na scéaltaí atá againn agus na scéaltaí mitis atá againn. An áránaíocht álainn mar hampla. Is onan na scéaltaí mitis seo agus an sean tiomna de chuid na Gael. Is dríthe a scríú síos éad, dríthe a thiontaí ina lua chrístíthe. Agus bhí siad sona ag ghlacú na macan dríochta fásta is cosúil. Agus deanan na scéaltaí mitis seo, an rud céine don airsing atá sa tíorgrach istí, the inscape, agus a dhéanann an ill don chorp. Agus in an istúin a harlíonn é seo. Like a cure you didn't notice happening. Le focail Seamus Heaney, a lua. Ach tá severas aintach sna scéaltaí seo, achingly beautiful mar a scríú Jeffrey Gantz. Nuair a doscail Pandora an cruiscín a thug Zeus dí agus ní boxa a bhí annach cruiscín de thart éigean. Agus dúirt sé ar nóia gan an cruiscín seo a oscailt. Scap, galar, boas, bachtanas, fua, pean, agus an cion is massa den omlan, ugla, ama fríd an dóin. Ach, fagu cuacht a bhain sa cruiscín, an dóchas. Agus tá an dóchas sin ó gin go fáil. Bhí Cú Uladh Scéal ón Chúchulainn, bhí sé Scéal ó Bhallacht watha, Scéal ó Faca a Tinsear. Bhí dúchas agus dóchas a chuaige ag brath air. Bhí sé Scéal ó Agla, ní bhíonn a chairde léacra ar fud an dóin buairtha faoi agla. Ní bhíonn agla orthú. Agus má tá teachreacht ar bí ins na scéaltaí mitis seo, is dóilm gur sin é gan agla a bheith orainn. Is féidir linn spirid Cú Uladh a bhuascailt, Mar a rin Standish James O'Grady, Lady Gregory, agus William Butler Yeats, de afhiochan na litríochta. Wuscail mar atá agin Padraig MacPirish, agus a chumradíthe, Spirid Cú Uladh i míleaní géad agus a séideag. Agus wuscail Daoine Cróga, Spirid Cú Uladh, lachéad blian ó hin i míleaní géad seascas a hocht, blian ma bhreatha, Spirid Cú Uladh le mana leidir a bhí acu. One man, one vote, and one woman, one vote. Tá dóchas sa dúchas. Ní gá agla a bheith orín. Líntar dúin an cruiscín agus bíú sé lán. Tá a charde léacra go fáil agin. The brand new ancients a thugan Kate Tempest orthú. Agus seans go bhfuil cuid acu sin in ar masc a nacht. Tá ar duras héan le glacu ag ahan daine agus tugtar turas an léach ar an turas sin. Caithí gach daine éisteacht leis an rúbhag chiúan a bhíon ag cogarní a gcónaí tíomhthír den chalan. Is sinne mar sin na hásaí nua íseacha, the brand new ancients. I bhuaclaí eile is tú an léach I de scéal héan. An chóirle a bhí ag an scoláire dóanda metasolaíochta Joseph Campbell ná follow your bliss. No mar a bhagrá le bricarú na teanga nimhní a gcónaí a rá. Is airde lumsa cogarní na scarch the réine eile, or louder to me a whisper than to others a roar. I bhucail eile, follow your bliss. Tá géir gá a charde le léacra agus bé go Joe. Emma Vic Wahuna mar hampla, nach maran. Peter McVerry. Na daoine sin a hógan na daoine bachta atá inné titim isteach antú héan de bhar uagneas, de bhar iad a bheith tógaí leis an alcohol nó le drugaí bé léacra daoí orthú sin. No léacra eile cosfuil leo siúd atá ag tuairt tarthala ar na báidmhige atá ag curthar maol le chefií. Éad siúd atá ag obair ar son cothrom na féine sa Palestine, sa Tíria agus I Yemen. Is trígóidí éad seo atá ar scála an bhíbla. Smaoiníonn fosta ar ghaoine atá ag obair a gcinne fracáil a gcondaí Armánach nó a gcondaí Héróin. Éad siúd atá ag saothrú ar son na timpachta nó ar son teangachaí atá ag gantuirt, cuid acu gan turastal. Nó éad siúd atá ag saothrú ar son ar nearafaracha agus ar nearafaracha is sinne den omlan na hanmhíthe. Is féidir linne a charde arc ar an dóin seo thar timpeall orín trí thuaille an léach. They say that you may be lucky enough to live long enough to appreciate for a second time the fairy tales of your childhood. So I'm certainly gaining a better insight into the fairy tale that Miss Comiskey taught our class in P1 in St Patrick's Primary School in Crossmaglen in 1972, the elves and the shoemaker. So the shoemaker, he gets all his bits and bobs in order and he heads off to bed. And in the night, the elves arrive and they transform these basic ingredients, these basic materials into the finest shoes. Just like the universe transforms those basic elements we mentioned earlier into wonders that we don't appreciate often enough. There is in this fairy tale prismatic counsel. What you do is get everything in order to the best of your ability and then let go and let the gods, let the universe figure out how it all should end. You will, of course, remember Pandora's mosquito-like creatures from her unplugged jug. Well, it wasn't any great military campaign or meticulous ambush that killed Oliver Cromwell, the nemesis of our country, but rather a mosquito from County Cork. Have you ever wondered why you like Cork? There should be a large mosquito when you enter Cork. And so maybe we should just pray for what is best and let the universe figure it all out, as happens in Dreamtime, in the fairy tales, and indeed in our myths. And now, to mention some of these elves, these helpers that just, show up. Seamus. I know he could be elsewhere tonight. I know he spent a lot of time on his presentation and it was deep and meaningful, as it always is, but most of all, it had an authenticity. So, Guracéad Maigat a Hamish, Colleen Savage. That music, that singing was inspirational. Thank you very much, Colleen. I'd like to thank Ursula and Trasa and Molly from Newry and Mourne District, Newry and Mourne and Down District Council, and of course our chairman, Paul, Mark Unshaw. Who's Paul? All right, I was thinking that. The same size letter. Well, Guracéad Maig of Newry and Mourne and Down District Council who are sponsoring tonight. I want to thank Gael, Linn, who have allowed me to do this work that I get great joy from, and Anton Ó Ciaráin in particular for his ongoing support. Grania Ní Gilleen, who Seamus mentioned earlier, especially your Biro Jarig Grania. I would like to thank my own family, particularly Betty there, who lost her husband earlier in the year, my father. And I want to pay just a quick mention to Donal Og O'Deneen atá anseo anocht agus. Donal Og is not even a month yet and he's particularly welcome, so congratulations to Padraig and Claire. I want to mention Dara Vallely because I asked him to do a few supplementary illustrations, and he came back with over 50, and they're of very, very high quality. And Dara deserves a lot more attention. In fact, it took him to go to Scotland to get some of the attention that he deserves. And fair play to Anne, who keeps Dara right, and to Clamry Ardwaha Gakincha, Agus, of course, Kilcha. He's not here. Like, he is here, but he's not in this room. He hasn't been at. He's out there. And Alana, who is doing the Facebook Live. And speaking of fairy tales, I asked Dolores what her favourite fairy tale was, and without missing a breath, she said Beauty and the Beast. So I want to get to the bottom of this. And another thing is, I mentioned where it's a great story in the Cú Uladh sagas where two women battle it out to be dumped by Cú Uladh. And women get that, but men don't think it's sort of strange, but women get it. And I was mentioning this to Dolores, and she said that's the kind of competition that I would win. And she said that she didn't care about the methodology as long as she got rid of me. So, a harja Tame ag creek nu suas anish gurmaigat a hiran farati jabdan sky a risht August. Finally, final thoughts tonight. One to think about on the way home in the car. By answering on Gu Bug Cuan as Cú Uladh did and as all heroes do in our myths, by attending to that inner imperative, your inner Cú Uladh or Grania wheel, you save the world. Follow your bliss. Gurmaigav.